Hey, what's going on, y'all? How y'all doing this afternoon, this evening? I'm Real King, and this is it, y'all. All right. Okay, so I got a pretty interesting video for y'all today. Um, had something that was kind of on my mind, and so yeah, let's go ahead and get right into it. So this video is basically going to be about what are my hobbies or interests that I enjoy doing. And the reason I wanted to come up with this video is because it really is going to let you guys know what to expect about some future videos that I'm going to be making and all of that. And basically, how my channel is going to be, going and all that kind of stuff and direction, everything. And so right now I'm starting my videos off in the States, but I'm going to be heading out of the country here shortly, and that's basically the whole reason I started my channel. You know what I'm saying? I got inspired by some other YouTubers, you know what I'm saying, that have left the US and decided to, do things, travel and stuff like that. A lot of people are doing it. And so by me being, single, daughters in college, I don't have no dependents, nothing going on. That kind of explains, everything like my videos that I've been doing and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, as far as different jobs and everything. And so basically, my channel is going to get bigger, it's going to get more exciting, and more developed and all of that. And so right now I'm kind of just starting out small, doing, little small videos. And I'm going to be picking it up, shortly and everything like that. So basically, since I'm getting this new job starting on the 19th, that's going to be my restarting point. And I decided by that time it's going to be close to the sixth month of the year. And the based off of my income, how much I'm going to make, and all that, you know excuse me. And then comparing that to what my financial situation is now. I originally was planning on traveling starting June or July, but that's not going to happen. So I'm going to give myself 6 more months. So that's going to work out better because where I'm going, the rates are really, really high around this time. So I was already kind of, debating about that anyways. So I'm going to give myself plenty of time because also there's a lot of new travel rules and restrictions and stuff like that, dual citizenships and not dual citizenships, but dual what's it called? I can't think of the name, but having visas and passports. There's a lot of new stuff going on because of because of the U.S.'s president, and stuff like that. So there's a lot more consideration that I have to take, and precaution stuff. So I'm gonna do more research on that. There's a lot of stuff on YouTube. People are talking about it. So I got to check that out and see how or if that applies to me and where I'm going and everything like that. So that's cool. So basically, with that being said, I'm gonna push my travel, tentative travel planned or date until probably January of next year. It's gonna probably be maybe around the latest. I know that the carnival in Brazil is, there's a lot of blackout dates and stuff like that. So I got to check that out. But I believe their, flights and stuff like that to Brazil are much cheaper, I believe, towards the beginning of the year. So even though December would be the 6th month, my goodness, I'm still going to give myself plenty of time. And so that's going to be cool for me. There's some things that I got to do that I got in place, to get myself, in line, making it easier for me to be able to travel, getting, debts cleared up and things like that. I gotta work on my knee, get my health in order. So there's there's things that I need to be doing in the meantime, and so rushing things would not be a good thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my time and get things done the right way. So I'm cool with that. As long as I have things in order, that's good. So with that being said, the things that I enjoy doing, I will be doing more of when I'm traveling. So let's say, for instance, some of the things I really enjoy doing. I'm an artist, so I like to draw. I like different types of art. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of delve into a lot of that. So anybody that's an artist understands what art is. Art is not just drawing, painting. Art is dancing. It's hip hop. It's graffiti, DJing. It's a lot of stuff. I mean, cooking. There's a lot of different ways of art, and I do a lot of that. I'm a dancer. I've done choreography before. I did a video back when I was 15 years old. Did a video, music video, dance video. I've always been a dancer. You know what I'm saying? That's in my family. Let's see. Like I said, drawing, different types of artwork. I do fashion design. I was almost a fashion designer, so that's something that I enjoy doing. Like I said, I'm a good cook. I took classes. I worked 5-star restaurants. I've done all that kind of stuff. So that's kind of something that I'm going to be doing in my videos. Decorating, you know what I'm saying? Interior decorating, that's art form. So I like doing that. So I may be doing that. Dressing and stuff like that. I did some modeling. Went to modeling class or modeling school before, and almost graduated. I just missed one class. I was doing work as a working for a steel company, and I was going to school in the daytime, so that's kind of what happened. I missed my class, but I'm not into all that kind of modeling stuff. But I mention that because I like to put clothes together in style and stuff like that. So that's something that you might be seeing in my videos. Being that I was born in the West Coast, but I was raised down south. So in the 90s, I was up north, specifically the Pacific Northwest. And so in the 90s, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta understand how old I am. I was a teenager growing up in the 90s, you know what I'm saying? And so I was heavily influenced with a lot of West Coast, primarily California, hip hop and rap, that G-style rap, that gangster rap, the P-Funk, all of that. I was heavily influenced by that kind of music and of course that style. So Dickies, Ben Davis, the starter wear, the Parker jackets, you know what I'm saying? The Loke glasses, all of that, you know what I'm saying? Cortez's, deep. I was deep into all of that kind of stuff growing up. So I was very influenced by that kind of, lifestyle, the Levi's, 501s, the stiffs that we used to call them and all that, you know what I'm saying? The cuff games and everything, what else? So I was heavily influenced with that. Then late 90s came the East Coast. And so, of course, I was even more influenced from, at a later part of my teens, early 20s, into that culture and that vibe, with all that baggy stuff, cargos, that raw look and everything like that. So I mean, the Timbs, the low fitted hats, and all of that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I was very influenced with that, and of course, being raised in the South, we have our own swag and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Going on down here, how we cuff our jeans. You know what I'm saying? How we wear our clothes down here. Got our own style going on and stuff like that. So heavily influenced with fashion. I'm in that fashion. I mean, I'm not about, I'm not trying to look all fly like I used to be when I was youngest, because I'm not into that stuff no more. But I could still compete with the best. I could still, rock my own style and still make it look fresh while everybody's wearing skinny jeans and all that stuff. I still, hold down my own And you know, so, and it's cool. I do what's comfortable for me, and everybody knows me because I don't look like nobody. I mean, well, everybody thinks I look like Lil Wayne, but besides that, I mean, my dress style is completely unique. You know what I'm saying? No one ever sees me wearing anything tight, none at all. So I mean, that's just me. You know what I'm saying? So I got that going on. Like I said, you know, so that's art. Um, I don't rap though, so don't worry about that. I love it, but I just can't do it, and that's not something I try doing. So I leave that alone. Let's see what else. Like I said, cooking, I gets down in the kitchen. I can do a lot of different kind of meals, my own. So, and I already had a cooking channel. So y'all definitely gonna get some videos about me cooking. So it's gonna be really cool for me being going to Brazil, because I'll be able to be cooking with better ingredients, and having trying out some of their styles and their kind of recipes. So I'm really looking forward to that. What else? Baking and all. So I gets down like that. Drinks, mixed drinks, whatever kind of drinks. You know what I'm saying? I do indulge alcohol, not carelessly, but casually. So maybe some mixed drinks. You know what I'm saying? I might bring that to y'all. Let's see what else. Okay, then of course, like I said, I mean, sports of all sorts. I play sports like nobody's business. Basketball, volleyball, softball, ping pong, tennis, badminton. Uh, I don't like soccer, but I done played it before. Kickball. The list goes on and on. I've done it all. Video gaming. So if any of my gamers out there, you know what I'm saying, we gonna get on some gaming. I'm bringing some of that to y'all, you know what I'm saying, because I enjoy video games. I grew up playing video games from like the early 80s, late 70s, early 80s, one and two. You know what I'm saying? So it's always been a thing of me to play video games. I'm not that good at a lot of games, but it's because I don't be playing them a lot. I do got a Steam Deck, so I gets down on that, you know what I'm saying, and get it in. Skateboarding, of course. I'm gonna be showing y'all some skateboard stuff, so y'all better be ready to see that. Because I can still get down, and so I'm gonna really show y'all some good stuff. I got some good tricks that I be getting down with. Biking, I told y'all about that. I'm gonna show y'all some biking videos. I do snowboard. I know how to snowboard. I'm not super good, but I can get down. But I'm not gonna be doing that. So we ain't gonna be showing y'all that. You know what I'm saying? Not that unless I go somewhere where there's snow. I don't see myself doing that though, because I'm not really a big fan of cold weather like that. So, what else, man? I mean, I do so much. I can do so much, building different types of things. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a collector, so one thing that I just got into, that I did this little bit of research on, and I've been doing this for about, I'd say 3-4 months now, and that's cigar smoking. So I picked up that as a hobby, and it probably might sound kind of strange to some of y'all, like, that's a hobby. Like, yeah, it's a hobby, and I didn't know it was a hobby until actually doing some research, watching videos on YouTube, and getting really to learn and to understand what cigar smoking was all about, because I had no idea what it's all about. And it's actually refreshing to know that it's not even like smoking cigarettes or even smoking weed. It's just not. You would think it is, but it really isn't. So, and understanding and knowing that it's actually a lot more safer and less health damaging than it is. And I'm using those words specifically because there is still some, a little bit of, chance, that you can, there's nicotine in it, you know what I'm saying? But the way that you smoke cigars is not the same as you smoke cigarettes and that you smoke, weed. You inhale those. You do not inhale cigars. So that's the major difference. And I really chose to do this because I'm like, well, what really is healthy in this world? The food that we eat, whether it's vegetables or produce or not, that's not healthy. It's got chemicals all over it. So it's like, when I thought about it, I was like, okay, it didn't even cross my mind that long, that people, well, that's not healthy, because the same people that say that's not healthy, I'm gonna throw something that what they would believe is healthy to them, and it's not healthy. And like I said, the best thing I could think of is produce, vegetables. Okay, that is nothing is. Excuse me, nothing is healthy anymore. The water that we drink is contaminated. The air that we breathe is full of toxins and smog and all kind of chemicals and viruses and anything. You know what I'm saying? So when you really break down, that's why it's important to think before you speak, because or else you're basically putting your foot in your mouth. You know what I mean? So when it comes down to smoking cigars, I don't feel bad about it. I don't feel no kind of way, except I just feel fine because there's nothing wrong with it. And then of course when you put it up against, let's say, if I was living and born and raised in California where weed is completely legal, or Colorado, you know what I'm saying? So then when you really think about these things, y'all, it's like, do yourself a favor, just do research, understand what you are doing and stuff like that. And so smoking cigars has been really fun. I've been learning a lot, and I've been really enjoying some good cigars. And I've basically taken videos of every cigar that I smoked. And so I might put that in, I don't know, I have them saved to my Google Drives. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but a lot of cigar smokers that are on YouTube, they have their own YouTube channel where they do that. And so I haven't figured out what I want to do, but it's something I'll go back to and figure it out at some point. But I may introduce you guys to that on my channel. Actually, I know I will. And so that's something that I want to add, that I want to feature in some videos and stuff like that, trying out new cigars. The last batch I bought 5 cigars. It was like about $60 something. The most expensive being, I think, $17, and the cheapest one I think was $11. I bought 5. I said 5 of them, and out of the 5 that I bought, there was only 2 of them that. There were 3 of them that I really want to get again, and out of those 3, the most expensive one was okay. I mean, it wasn't bad. It was a good cigar. They just were very expensive, and they're like the top. They're like I don't want to say the Rolls Royce, but I'm gonna say, like, I don't know if it's considered the Rolls Royce. No, it isn't. But they're high-end cigars. Their name alone is very, very, very highly. I mean, they're more luxury type cigars. But I think I got one of the cheaper ones of these, and it was still expensive. But out of those 3, there was 2 that stood out hands down, like just completely got me. And I'm so, like, I mean, just thinking about them right now, I'm like, man, I'm gonna buy, like, not only am I gonna buy the 5 packs of them when I get paid, but I already looked up the boxes of these, y'all, and I'm straight getting a box of each of these. And I mean, that's normally how when the collectors, they get the boxes, but the boxes of cigars are pretty doggone expensive, especially depending on the quantity and the kind that they are. So I've already looked both of them up. I already have 2 of the 5 packs ready to buy, and then in my wish list I got 2 of the boxes that I definitely, and I mean 100%, I will get those before I get any other ones. Definitely gonna get those, because these ones, guys, they were just insanely good cigars. Like, wow, they were real good. So I'm into smoking cigars. It's very laid back, casual, type of a hobby that I enjoy doing. And when you pair it with like a bourbon, like a Japanese, what do they call it, the Japanese whiskeys, or scotch, tequilas, like, it's just one of those chill, and again, I'm at my age, that's what I'm gonna be doing a lot of stuff, but chilling. I mean, what better thought in my mind, being in a beautiful place like Rio de Janeiro, on a balcony, overlooking the city, seeing like the beach in the distance with a nice, what I'm saying, like, beautiful view of the sun or whatever. It's a nice, beautiful day. You up in the chair with nice breeze or whatever, and you just chilling, smoking a cigar, drinking some, some drink to go with it. I mean, chill, B. That's chill right there. So, you know what I'm saying? So I do smoke cigars and it's something that I enjoy doing. It's just a casual, cool kind of, laid back, hobby to have, you know what I'm saying? I do models and I put together models. Haven't done those since like I was in high school, but that's something that I enjoy doing. Um, you know what I'm saying? So these are some things that I enjoy doing, y'all. I love music. I might, I don't know how I'm gonna be able to do that, but we might have a little, session where we talk about music. I'm gonna let y'all know about like the genres of music that I normally listen to. My mama was a singer, so growing up in the '70s and the kind of music that she listened to, or that she did, and the music that I was listening to that was around when I was young growing up. Uh, at the age of up until 4 years old when I was living in Oregon. There was a lot of sounds of the '70s, and then my later years growing up in the South after in the early, well, '79 through all the way to through the '80s, when you hear the beginning of hip hop, all the '80s music, what I'm saying, the pop and the new wave era and everything like that, what I'm saying, like, so my music my music interest and background is like crazy, guys. Like I could really go there. I listen to like even older than, I mean, 60s, 50s. I like all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? My grandmama, she was a musician, you know, gospel music and stuff like that. So I mean, music is a part of my life. So I mean, I go there. I'm deep in the knowledge of music and playing the guitar, bass guitar. So that's another thing that I plan on actually learning and getting is a bass guitar and an electric drum set, y'all. So these are some things that I enjoy doing, and these are gonna be videos to come in the future on my channel. And that's why I kind of titled my channel "This Is It." You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like there's gonna be so much stuff that I'm gonna be getting into, and it's just like, yo, I'm gonna show y'all all this kind of stuff. You guys are gonna come with me on these journeys, checking out different kind of music, in Brazil, different sounds and stuff like that. Like, look, man, like this is really happening. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm really, bringing forth this content to y'all, and it's gonna be much different than a lot of people that you see on YouTube, because it's gonna be good flavor from me, really authentic. It's not gonna be all like everybody else's and stuff like that. Like I mean, I do the best. I'm best at being me. I don't really like, how like a lot of people seem very manufactured, you know what I'm saying? They seem like, they're like in other folks, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't like all that, or they got to hold back so much stuff. Like I understand how YouTube works, and, there's things that you can't say and this and that, but if you understand the language and understand how to, use words and stuff like that, you really shouldn't have any issues, saying what you want to say. That's why, like on social media, I understand that you can't sell, you definitely can't be cussing, or, what I'm saying, they won't let you, let your message go through. So I use pig Latin, you know what I'm saying? Or I know how to curve my words, or, play with them a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So there's ways I know how to get around, you know what I'm saying? So I can still say what I want to say. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know what I mean? Like if you ain't smart enough to understand it, well, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, y'all, I didn't want to have a long video. You know what I mean? This is the weekend coming up. You know what I'm saying? I had a long day. You know what I'm saying? Got me some more groceries and stuff like that. So I will hopefully be bringing you guys a video of my bike. You know what I'm saying? So y'all can see it. It's all done and stuff like that. I ain't rode it in like a couple days just because I just been tired, stuff like that. But I'm gonna have that coming for y'all. Probably that's gonna be showing on Sunday. So if y'all want to see that dope bike I got, you know what I'm saying, in action, you know what I'm saying, just make sure y'all stay tuned. But anyways, y'all, that's my time. You know what I mean? I appreciate y'all coming by, checking out my video. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate all y'all that have been giving me thumbs up. I have been noticing that. I appreciate all y'all helping me out. So much love to y'all, you know what I'm saying? Got more subscribers. I appreciate all y'all that have been subscribing to my channel. It's just gonna keep growing, y'all. I really appreciate it. And once I reach maybe 50 subscribers, I might do something for y'all. I don't know if I can do that, but I might try to, see what I can do for my, just to give my thanks, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all helping me out, and I really appreciate all the love and support that y'all, y'all showing me. So with that being said, if y'all enjoy this video, if y'all getting anything out of it, you know what I'm saying, why don't you go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Y'all have any questions, comments, or anything that y'all want to say? If y'all like the video, why don't y'all let me know in the comments, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't already, subscribe to my channel, hit that subscribe button, you know what I'm saying? So that way y'all keep on getting these videos and stuff like that and being the first to be able to check it out. Also hit that notification bell. That way you can know when I am making these videos and they're uploading stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? So y'all always want to have that, you know what I'm saying, just in case there's a special video, you know what I mean? Anyways, y'all, I'm Ri'LL King. I appreciate y'all stopping by. Y'all have a good evening, and this is it, y'all. All right.